You can't hide from us, Charlie.
Yep.
Hey, on camera, because I've already said it to you, congratulations, Chris.
Thank you very much,
got
Charlie. I
it, man.
appreciate you.
You bet. What can I do for you guys?
DeAndre Jules' name has come up a bunch of times over the last couple of weeks. Losing weight, playing well. I mean, is it really coming together for him now?
It really is, and you know, coaches, sometimes it sounds like coach speak, but you know, he's matured off the field and kind of saw this coming, and that led into a good diet, which led to the weight loss that you've heard about. He doesn't have distractions in terms, he's handling his schedule so much better, and playing really good football. His minimal mental errors through the entire camp, and it's just allowing his talents to really rise up. So I'm proud of him. I'm very proud of him.
Charlie, it felt like there were like 17 different names for us to watch during camp that could be in your defensive line rotation.
Sure.
Has that list slimmed down at all throughout camp?
A little bit, you know. I mean, that it's funny because I told the guys today, because this morning, you know, a statement was made that, you know, after this scrimmage this weekend, that roles will be set, and that's true to a degree. It's always evolving in college, right? Now you just say in the NFL, there's guys that are in the developmental phase after this scrimmage that could pop right up into the rotation, and vice versa. But you're starting to see it narrow down. I'll have a better idea of it after this scrimmage come Saturday.
Is it as much what DeAndre is getting to know those details? Is that something that you could speed up for the younger guys, or do they have to go through some of this?
I'll say, I think everyone has their own unique journey, you know, and Jules' journey has been one that I'm proud of his persistence. He's continued to stick with it, and now I think he's going to get a chance to see the fruits of his labor of just stick-to-itiveness.
Was there a moment where you felt like where you saw it like click, or was it kind of gradual?
I saw it happening really starting towards the end of last season, and it's been a progression. You know, he's just gotten a little bit better each year. He's one of those guys, and you know, in a developmental program, you're going to have a lot of guys that are third, fourth, and fifth year guys that come out of that development phase and show up, and you're wondering where they were. They've been here the whole time. They've just been in the crock pot, getting better, getting ready to go, and Jules is looking like he's a guy that's got a chance to have an impact for us, which is fantastic.
How well does this team police itself? Because I've heard players talk about, like, we get on each other, and I've seen times where Deion and Nate will kind of put each other in check while you're coaching them at times as you work on things. How well is that a factor for you guys?
I think it's critical. You know, I mean, there's an old phrase out there, and I'll probably quote this wrong, but you know, something along the lines of, you know, good teams coaches lead, great teams players lead, somewhere. And right now we have a good group of leaders, and it's across the board, young guys, old guys, within groups. You know, there's a group of young D linemen that are leading the younger half of the D line as an example, and that's critical to have success, because at the end of the day, and you know this, I mean, we're going to send 11 guys out there any given play, and we're turning all the training over to them, and we got to have leadership.
Who are some of those younger D linemen that have stepped up to lead?
You know, Ghost is a guy that has done a nice job. You know, Mav is a guy that's working really hard. Maverick Gracio, Samo, Jimmy Scott. Those are some names at the top of my mind with that younger half of the room.
How different of football players are Sam and Sean after, you know, in camp 2 compared to camp 1?
Yeah, night and day. You know, both of them were guys that we were excited about last year, and like most DNs, Sam loves pass rush. He's learned to love and appreciate stopping the run, which is the admission ticket to the other. You know, Fitz has just gotten so much better with his knowledge, his awareness of you know, for example, knowing where protection is going to slide and how to take advantage of that. So they're just both taking really, really good steps from year 1 to year 2.
Deion has quite a legacy to live up to it on this team. How is he doing in that regard?
Well, the thing I like about Deion is he's coming to work every day. You know, there's never that fall off in terms of effort compared to years past, and that was a part of his growth process. You know, he didn't know when he wasn't working, and now he knows. And I'm not having to track his effort from snap to whistle as much as I have in the past. It always happens with there's going to be a couple loaves that pop up, but his just sheer pure effort running to the ball has been fantastic this camp.
What's his ceiling?
Yeah, it's hard to predict, man. You know, I mean, there's been a lot of players that went way beyond what I could have anticipated, so I don't know where the ceiling is with him. We'll find out.
We've heard about him. Nate has gotten a lot of good comments from Pat as well. But what about, you know, you need more than just 2? Who else is emerging there at the end?
Well, you know, as you look at it, Bam has had a really nice camp. Forgive me for looking down, but I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Nakai is starting to turn the corner. Samo, Jimmy Scott, those 6 guys are all fighting for playing time. You know, the first couple that you mentioned, plus those additional 4, those guys are doing a good job of competing with each other. And, you know, I think you guys know how I work. I could have 2 to 3 starters right? You can have a starter that maybe doesn't take the first rep, but he gets starter level reps, and you're going to have 2 to 3 guys that rotate. So I'm glad that I have 6 guys that are really starting to play good football. And I think that half of the room, the D end room, I think is a group that you're going to see evolve through the course of the year. And I'm excited to see where it goes as the season continues.
Charlie, same question for the inside.
Yep.
Who are some of the, what do you think there?
Outside the 6-year guys, because we kind of know what those guys are. Well, you talk about Jules. I think he's the guy that certainly has completely jumped out. Fitz is going to play. Fitz is playing this year, and Elliott is still cooking. He's still coming along. But those 3 guys are the next 3 after the 6-year guys. And Ghost has shown that he can do some things. You know what I mean? He's got really good twitch. He got great pass rush instincts. He's just got to continue to develop his body and be in a good position against the run.
What does David Green mean to this football team?
A ton. He's got tremendous leadership, tremendous character. You know what he's going to be every single day. And coaches and teammates, whether they even realize it, love a consistent guy. You're not surprised by what walks in the room. You always know what you're going to get out of David. He's a tremendous teammate and a heck of a player.
Pat told us how the offensive line, or you credited the offensive line for what it's been doing. What have you seen from them that have challenged your guys and forced your guys to be better?
Their double teams right now are outstanding, tough to deal with. They're playing extremely physical. Our run game is going to be something that's going to be fun to watch this year. I think their pass protection has continued to get better as well. And they're just their pride and their unity. You can feel it right now. The competition in that room, I think, is making they got a bigger group. I think they can help on game day, and they look really good right now.
Sounds like depth is not going to be an issue this year.
Hope not. You know what I mean? You never know when you get a string of unfortunate incidents, but I think we feel pretty good where we are right now here in late August.
You've coached here a long time, the first time and now the second time. There's a real possibility this year if you have Dayon, Devin, David, and Nakai, you could have 4 Western PA kids on the deep. I was trying to think, has there been another line that has been all local kids that you remember?
Not that I remember. I'd have to go back and look, but I don't think so, because I think back to the year with you had Romeus in there and Jabal Sheard. I don't, not that I know of, but I think it's great. I mean, I think it's a testament to the high school coaches here in Western Pennsylvania and the great job they're doing developing D linemen. There's been quite a few to recruit here the last 5-6 years, so tip my hat to the high school coaches here in the area.